Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Tea Time with Distinguished. I'm your host, Distinguished, and I'm here with somebody who I sent her in a text and I was feeling some type of way. I was like, yo, you're supposed to be fam. Like, we came back into our lives. There's a lot going on, D. I ain't trying to hear all that. You family. I mean, and if you back, and you back for real. So we got family on the couch, y'all. My girl Kelley, aka Miss K, aka your Instagram personal trainer is here. Let's go.
Damn.
Kelley with the fatty. You feel me? You feel me? It's a family show, so we gonna go.
You know what happens? Somebody gonna meet me in person one day, right? And you gonna say that's how you gonna introduce me.
Right.
Oh, Kelley with the fatty, whatever. And they gonna see me from the back.
By the time June come, it's gonna be real. You're gonna be like, Judy or Kelley? Judy or Kelley? I'm gonna call you Judy Kelley. Judy Kelley, all right? So, it's been a few years since we've seen each other.
It has been. I want to say I kind of jumped into the scene, I want to say at the end of 2012, 2013.
Definitely around there.
And then I kind of I literally popped onto the scene. Like, everybody was... I feel like it happened all of a sudden.
Right.
And I feel like I think I met you 2013, like summertime-ish, because it was a little bit warmer. Mm-hmm. And I think for like 2 years straight, I was doing stuff here, and then I went out to Atlanta and tried to just test the waters out there for a little bit. And then, I just recently came back. Right. Yeah.
So what was it like when you... Because you kind of did just pop up. I was like, who, what, when, where, and why? I felt like I was in school. What was it like when you was first starting out on the scene in terms of poetry and getting your practice for hosting?
So, it was real crazy. Honestly, when I think about it, I kind of had that same mentality of like when Wayne came out and he was kind of like everywhere, and that was kind of his marketing strategy. Was just to be legit on every track of the year. Didn't matter what genre it was. Didn't matter what like he was just everywhere. And so
he was overly saturated.
He was so I kind of just took that as like inspiration to be like, okay, I like being a connector. I like being a networker. I like being that person that like has that information to put other people on. Right. I feel like I really do work best when I'm a part of like a team of people that are just passionate and have one set goal. Right. So that was my whole thing for it, because I wanted to do hosting and I wanted to do modeling and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. As far as like writing and actually that's never really interested me. Right. But I wanted to be in entertainment some way. So I was just trying to figure it out. How could I do that? Mm-hmm. And then I met Sitcom.
Shout out to Sitcom Life.
Shout out to Sitcom. I met her through a tat artist named Angel. Okay. And they had started like this underground show in Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. And they were looking for a host, and I was telling them like, well, I kind of want to get into it. Right. And they, I mean, through the kindness of their heart, they just gave me a shot. And it kind of just took off from there. Okay. And so they were connected to a lot of different people. Mm-hmm. And from there, I kind of just built my network from that one instant. Right. And found out people that were doing shows and found out about more artists and stuff like that. And then what really got me into like the blogging and stuff like that was I needed to market myself. Right. But I really hate talking about myself, honestly. Oh, okay. I do.
Well, you're kind of doing that now.
I know, but it's just to explain how I got into it. Oh, okay. But it was like to constantly be your own publicist and market and stuff like that. It was like, I'm doing stuff, but it was awkward to like talk about. So I changed my website into less talking about where I'm going to be at and what I'm doing, whatever, and kind of just showed support for everybody else that was doing stuff. And so that gave me a lot of notice too. So it's always just been me supporting other people is what got me to be since I was like everywhere, I'm popping up at shows at this, that, and the third, whatever, and just get in contact with whoever was running the show. Hey, do you guys do guest hosting or stuff like that? Because that's kind of how I came up to y'all. Yeah. I would show love to the creative minds, and eventually I was like, hey, I know you guys have the host and you guys rotate and everything. Would you guys mind if I like came in and just just trying to get my credits up, really? Because you gotta like you said, I literally popped into the scene.
She really did.
out of nowhere, and it was just like everybody was like, "Yo, who is this? Who's K?
Right.
I literally was at every show. Like every show that was out, I made it my business. I think even at one point it was like 1 month where I mapped out when all the shows was happening.
Really?
Because I was like, what if I just bombard the scene?
If I just pop them to everybody.
Yeah, if I just bombard the scene.
They gotta give me a shot.
Something's gotta. That's literally what I thought about. I was
Right.
like, if I'm just seen everywhere, because you get into a point where it's like it's sad to say, but it's less about the talent and what you can do, and more so, who are you? Like,
and
you got to give that feed into it.
Yeah, people want to be like, are you relatable? You cool?
That's what I'm saying. And then people see me mix and mingling with these certain people, whatever, and it's really just, I just went out and just supported. But it wasn't like I was supporting just because it was hyped. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't really, I would go to the show first.
Okay.
Feel it out for myself. And then if it was something that I wanted to be a part of, then I would go back, try and promote it, share the flyer, whatever. Because I didn't want to put my name towards anything that was just like making me feel, because I wanted to host. I didn't want to just seem like I was just like a socialite groupie or something like that. Like I was about my business. So I would go to the show that was more popular.
Cut. Yeah. So earlier, Kelley, you were talking about, you know, in terms of how you would go to a show and actually feel it out so that you would go back. So is that something that you went into the mindset of you watched other people do it, you came up with it, or was it just like, let me just feel it out and then I'll figure out what I want to do from there. I'll figure out if I want to devise a plan.
I think that just came from doing research about marketing and being your brand.
Okay.
Because, you know, you hear a lot about shows taking advantage of artists.
True.
Shows that didn't quite turn out how they're advertising it.
Okay.
Shows that it's like one and done, you know?
Right. These janky promoters.
Yeah, exactly. So it came on, if the show would come under my radar, I would say, I would give any show a chance, honestly. Okay. Because you just never know.
Yeah.
It could be the most popular shows that you do that happen.
She's giving T-Tama a chance. You just never know. You just don't know.
Honestly, you really don't. So it's like, and I'm just very adamant about giving people in place like things a chance. Right. Because like I said, you never know what could happen.
So you believe in second chances?
I do.
Okay.
I do believe people grow.
Okay.
You can't hold people accountable for one mistake their whole life.
What they did when they was 20 and
especially
they like 45.
If you see them, if you see them actually try to mature and do better.
Right.
How can that person ever feel like they have an opportunity to do better when you're always holding this above their head? Right. You know? Right. So any show I went to, I would give it a chance. If I enjoyed the vibe of it, I felt like a lot of good music came out of it, or just, you know, I would give it, like I said, I would try and connect with the people, try and get involved in any way that I can. You know, you hear a lot about mentors with especially people that's trying to just be entrepreneurs in the industry. A lot of people say that time is probably your best thing that you can give all the time. Time. Even if I don't have any type of like money to give, or I'm not the most skilled person. I'm eager and I got time, what you need. That was literally when I showed up and tried to
definitely helped out
and stuff. I said, listen, I see how much time and effort goes into putting an event together.
It's a lot.
I'm pretty sure it's just y'all holding it down in this big event.
Let me help out. I got time.
Literally,
I'm a body. I got hands. I got time. I got ideas.
That's literally, and I like to be silly. What's up? Let's do it. And that's literally how it. And it kind of just snowballed from there, really. People would send me music, or I would just write about them because I just love the music, and then they would post about what I wrote about them. It would go out to their network. I guess more artists would see how I wrote about the stuff. They would send me stuff, and a lot of people invited me to do like podcast stuff. Hosted college tours. Okay. I started getting music from London. It was pretty cool. Wow. It was pretty cool, yeah.
So what was the, now we're fast forwarding, what was the definitive factor when you was like, bye? Because just as quick as you came, Kelley, you left. And you left on some, I didn't even know when you left.
I
was like, yo.
It got to a point where like I said, everything seemed like it was picking up.
Right.
And I was trying to turn it from more so a hobby into a business.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
You're trying to get a bit more. Well, you were serious about it, but you wanted it to be like, no, on paper type.
Right. So it came to a point where, I guess really to summarize it, it just came to a point where it stopped being fun. Right. Really, if I could just wrap it all into, it just stopped being fun because people have this tendency to, like I was mentioning earlier, it's not really about the talent anymore. It's just about being seen, right? So it got to a point where people knew K. Nikki. Right. People, and it started to pick up. Right. And so my site was about, it wasn't about me. It was what it was about the things that I liked. Okay. The things that I wanted to post about. Right. I never got paid for anything I posted on my site. Whether it was an event or anything like that, it was just something that I showed up to, I liked it, and I wanted to tell other people so they can feel the vibe. That's really it. Okay. Once it started getting into that payola stuff, you know what I mean? It started to get fuzzy. Yeah, that's when it started to get like, okay, there's a lot of people that's really not about their business. There's a lot of people that are just out here making terrible music. Right. It's just... like it was just bad. Then I would like be a judge on like open mic type stuff, competitions, and that was getting a little. Like, I don't like to fake the funk for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not American Idol. You got me here to really judge.
You're not going to Hollywood.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a little pitchy.
Like, right, exactly. That's a no from me, dog. I'm like. And so,
the kids are watching it like, what, mommy, what's a no for me, dog?
And so, right. That's terrible. No, let that live on forever, please.
Please.
But it just got to a point, it just stopped being fun. It felt like it got so into the politics of it and really trying to like choose sides, and I've just never been that person. Right. Like I said, even when like sitcom kind of opened the door for me to get into the whole scene or whatever. But I'm not a cliquey person. Right.
You didn't want to feel like you was in a box.
Yeah, I didn't want to seem like I was associated with just one specific, because I didn't start that way. You know what I mean? I linked up with people, and like my goal was to try and get everybody together. Right. Because I would go to a poetry slam, or I would go to an open mic or art show and stuff like that, and I would see certain people kind of like at the same thing. So it's like, how can we bring this all together?
So you were trying to be helping hands all across America.
Like, why not try to bring all of it, exactly.
Trying to be us.
It was just like, there's so many good collaborative efforts, but like I said, you get into it and you get really deep into the belly of the beast, and you figure out people and their egos. Like, bro, we all... Right. I can meet you. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not... You don't got no bodyguards or nothing.
Take it over to you, right?
This is...
I know your mom.
It's like, and it just was, like I said, I'm just not that type of person that can, like, it really makes my skin crawl to even act like I'm accustomed to being around that type of stuff. So I was just like, all right, man, y'all got it. Y'all really out here acting like y'all made it. Like, y'all do songs with Beyonce. Like, I'm just crazy.
It was because of all of that.
Yeah.
That drove you to the point where you was like, I gotta go.
I got to, because it you know.
It sounds like a lot though.
I mean, you don't ever want to have to. People come up to you and want to collaborate and do things or whatever because of who you are. Right. You know what I mean? You don't link with somebody and then try to customize them based off of, no, you linked with me because of what I provide. You see the brand and everything. So it's like, you know what I'm bringing to the table. Why expect anything else from me? And then get mad because that's the way that but that's how I've been moving since day one. So it's like,
I'm about to switch up because of you?
Can't relate. I can't. I'm just, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, I'm just like, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? That's all it was. It was just like, I'm good. It's something else that I can get into and help people or whatever. Because like I said, the main mission is still, I still like to network, and I'm still, trying to figure out how I can mesh my two things that I'm doing now, because a lot of my people from back in those days are putting out new music, and it still is like the same vibes.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out how I can just maybe step my toe back into it a little bit, because people still. It's like been 2 years since I've been in there seeing people's like, yo,
que nifty.
Listen, pero, you know what I'm saying? Like,
todos los días. Ahora. Siempre. Feel you. So going into the space of trying to help people, you are now out here doing personal training. So I see you out here, man. So tell me, where did this mindset, this structure, this business acumen come from? Like, tell us about that.
So it came from just me. I just had to be healthier. Like my family, from both sides, you name it, they got it. Just arthritis, high blood pressure, diabetes, just all. I
feel like that's generally like Black people plague, like
period.
That's like a bubonic plague.
Right, that's what you got. Hereditary from these slaves. I don't know where.
I don't know.
Or it just, so but it's heavy in my family. It's very, very heavy in my family. My family's just not really an active group anymore. So I was on my way to almost being basically pre-diabetic, and almost pushing about, I want to say at my heaviest, I was almost about 220, going up to like 230. And so it was just wasn't comfortable. And you don't realize that you're in that body because you're just living and you're just going about just trying to work and make things happen. And so you don't realize it, but it started to affect me. And so I started with my dieting first, just tried to learn more about portion control, not drinking so much soda, drinking more teas and stuff like that. And then I got super, super skinny, like back to when I was like in high school. Just wrap your thumb and your pinky around my wrist twice, you know what I mean? And then I got super skinny. Then I was like, I really don't want to be that skinny anymore. It's like,
I want to be in the middle.
Right, I want to be a nice, like, slim fit, you know what I mean? Like, I want weight on me, but in the right places.
Right.
And so I got back to New York and I started working at Whole Foods and then just got into the gym.
Okay. So you was already around like a healthier environment.
Yeah.
Give you ideas.
Right, exactly. So
I'm still list after work when they're not looking. Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
And they would have me do like real late hour shifts, and at that time I had a Planet Fitness membership, and they 24 hours, so I was still trying to make my time to go to the gym because I was very like focused. I was like, all right, I got the eating down, I got all that, whatever. Now I gotta get in this gym and actually mold what's going on.
Right.
And I hated Whole Foods. I hated it.
I wasn't expecting that. She got me unfolding. The arm just went like this.
Like it was really like I hated it, but it was like. Hated that, but always making time for the gym. So then it just like clicked to me, like, why don't I just work in the gym? If I'm always going to the gym and making time to be in the gym, why not just work in the gym?
Right.
And the personal training stuff, I wasn't really too familiar with it. I had friends and family see how dedicated I was going to the gym, no matter. She's going to the gym a lot. When she was first starting this, boy, I was like, yo, she at the gym every day. Like, not every day, not every day. She at the gym every day. Like, everybody in the club getting tipsy. Every day. All the R's. Every day. But, so, people would come up to me and just, like, ask me for advice and opinions about what they should do and everything. And when I first started working front desk at this gym, that's when I found out about personal training, and then kind of just did my research from there. And I want to say, last year, August, is when I got my actual licensing to work in the gym.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, the process.
That's a process.
It was. I want to say.
It's a process.
I want to say altogether, from me realizing I needed to lose weight up until now, is about 4 years. 4 years of the whole just process, and I mean, you gotta have patience. You gotta have discipline.
Right.
You gotta have like set goals.
You gotta have money to pay for the paperwork. Ain't nothing cheap in this world.
You gotta buckle down and really figure it out. Like what do you want? I had to literally sit down like, okay, you don't want to do front desk, whatever.
Right.
You want to try and actually help people and just signing people into the gym and helping them. Like, what can you do? And so I did the research about different licensing bodies for personal training, and I was like, and I'm gonna say end of April, I signed up for the class. I saved up all that bread, signed up for the classes and whatever. From April until August 1st, I had no life.
5 months just grind. Do you know what it feels like to lock yourself in a room for 3 sound months? That's enough to do these.
Bro,
you know what she's talking about?
I was studying at the front desk. People would come in, I would check them in, and they were like, oh, I'm trying to be a personal trainer. So many people, the members that would come in were like wishing me good luck because I was that like making the cards at the desk or whatever. On my lunch break, I would go out and get something or whatever, but I had my textbook there the whole time.
This is why I love her.
And just like boom, boom, boom. I was like, yo, I do not want to fail this test, and I do not want to retake this test.
Right.
This is a one and
done.
That's it.
We're going to get it done, though. We're going to make the sacrifices.
Man.
To get it done.
Exactly, man.
We're not going to let nobody mess that up.
No life at all. Friends would invite me. Nope. Not doing
I ain't doing it.
I need to go.
We going out tonight? Nah.
No.
You coming to the gym with me?
No.
No. All right, cool.
Every week I had a quiz or something like that or whatever, and then I took another 2 weeks right before I scheduled the test to just go over the test, just practice test, really ramming it.
Wow.
And I was like, yo, I had a pursuit of happiness moment when I passed that test. I'm not even going to hold you.
Wow.
That lady printed out that paper.
Right.
I went outside, looked at that paper.
Never would have made it.
I couldn't even make it outside to cry. I was crying in the bathroom. Like, Lord Jesus, there is a God. Won't he do it? Won't he do
yes,
it?
He will.
Stressed out. April 1st. Wow. I was like, yo, August 1st, that was the one and done. I felt so proud.
That is a testimony right there.
I felt so, oh my God.
That's serious.
Woo!
Just think about it.
And I tell people that I was like, yo, legit, it was just a matter of a year saying, all right, I want to be a personal trainer. And then just kind of like got into the mentality. It was like, this first year I'm probably not going to do nothing. That's it.
I'm gonna talk about it. But at least I'm putting it out there in the universe.
Right.
Something gonna manifest.
Exactly. It was like, I got the gym job in November, stacked up all the way until April, bought the classes, session, whatever, had no life for the summer. August 1st passed the test, and I've been flying. Wow. Flying since. Wow. Yeah.
That's serious.
That's what happens when you sit down
and you lock in, yes.
The blinders up.
No, you're right, and this is why, ladies and gentlemen, we have to continue to support young black entrepreneurs, sisters like Kelley, and so many of you guys out there who are doing the work. I put up a status the other day, and I was like, so much of us see the end result. The 98% of us see the end result, but there's really only 2% of us actually doing the work. Right. And not only doing the work to just do the work, but we're doing the work to actually get something done. Right. She's not just out here working out for her health, which she is, and for her benefit. She's actually trying to do something that a lot of people don't take the time to do, and that's to actually help somebody else.
Exactly.
So definitely commend you on everything that you're doing. I did not know you went through that process. But I commend you for going through
I did, and I documented it the whole time on Instagram because it's like you have people on Instagram that, like you said, they promoting the results.
Right. Yeah.
You never see
You never see
the days where you just got all the paper on the floor.
Never see the work. They never see the work.
Never, and that's why my social media. That's what I use it for.
Right.
I just feel like. The facade a lot of people put on social media and everything, it's honestly like comical. Like it's very like
this is a hilarious episode.
You're not like that's not you, bro.
Right. He said that's not you, bro. With the legs crossed and everything, hands folded, tea towel.
Yes,
that ain't you, bro.
That's not you, bro. We just hung out yesterday.
Brianna, we gotta keep that. That's not you, bro. That's a new hashtag. When this episode, that's not you, bro.
That's not you, bro. Definitely faced the whole body to kill it last night. Talk about rise and shine, God as my witness.
Oh no,
bro! You out here really? All right.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some people faking the funk. Now you're right.
Sleep for a whole week talking about on the grind. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You've been hibernation all winter. What are you talking about? Get you a trip to Cancun. Now you just
right. That ain't you, bro.
That's not you, bro. So I try to be as real as I can through my Instagram.
No,
like,
I'm
you know what I'm saying? Post a selfie when I ain't shave my mustache. I'm out here focused on a goal. I don't have time to be. You know how I feel. I had this conversation with somebody the other day. I feel like when you have those artists that don't you see them and it's like, bro, you looking rough.
Right.
And then that's when they drop, like, they fire out.
Right.
Like, remember when Jay
when they go through the
crazy?
J. Cole.
First of all, Jay-Z, right before he dropped his, and then J. Cole, and then who was Kendrick, then he dropped
that was it.
masterpieces.
Right.
That's where I feel like I'm at right now. I feel like I'm in that rough struggle stage, and I'm like, especially because the weather is getting better and everything like that, I'm like blossoming now. But I took the winter and a little bit of fall and whatever to really like plan and put things right where they need to be. But a lot of people. That Beyonce Homecoming thing?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hearing I gotta go check it out. People telling me, no, you gotta see it, Distinguished. You gotta see it.
The main takeaway from it is that, like, yo, you gotta put in the work.
That's what I'm all about, baby. Y'all know that.
Put in the work.
I love the W-O-R-K. That's what I do.
You got to.
That's why you
here. You can't be afraid to fail, and like you gotta humble yourself, because that's what the practice
humility
is for.
Key in this entire
That's what
life.
the practice is for. That's what the rehearsal. That's what the research and development is for. It's so that when you finally step foot into doing whatever you're doing, you're making as minimal mistakes as possible. Because you're gonna make mistakes. You can't be afraid to take your first step out because you're afraid of making mistakes. You gonna make mistakes.
That's just what it is.
That's what you gotta accept. It's just first of all, not making so many mistakes out the gate, and not making the same mistake over.
I think the lesson in terms of the like how you go to like a public administration class in school and you'll learn something called the decision making process. Well, I want to add one because I'm inspired by Miss Kelley over here. You got to learn the failure making process as well. It's not about the mistakes in terms of like, oh, you made that mistake. No, it's about how well you're able to learn what happened in the mistake so that you don't repeat the same mistake. Because if you're repeating the same mistake, the problem probably not the mistake. The problem is probably you. You know what I mean? That's something you kind of got to curb. So. Wow. So, with that being said, what is the number one thing you want people to take away from you after they would have seen this interview? Like, what's the one thing you want them to take away from your grind, your passion? Because you're passionate. A lot of people do not have passion.
You got to be obsessed. It's honestly beyond passion.
Okay. You
gotta be.
That's
obsessed.
Another one. We gotta keep these clips.
You gotta be obsessed. Like imagine something you are like how some people are obsessed with Beyonce.
True.
When they follow her on tour and you. That's an income tax check for them tickets. You get what I'm saying? But you know the people that follow their favorite artists on
to the ends of the earth. Like I'll go with you wherever you go.
Obsessed. To really, because I feel like obsessions can't die. You know what I'm saying? Obsessions cannot die.
That's a new one.
You can lose passion for something. True. You could be very passionate about the person you're dating right now. 6 months later,
the drive
you hate them. And it's a dub. You gotta give out. But you gotta
That ain't true, bro. That ain't true, bro.
Obsessed to the point where nothing alters the way that you look at whatever your obsession is.
Wow.
Nobody telling you no. Nobody telling you you can't do it. Nobody telling you you gotta be obsessed and being the best at it that you possibly can. That's where it is. And then on top of that, you have to lead in love. And lead in love starting with yourself. Because how are you really going to expect somebody to support you and do all these things and this, that, and third when you're not giving you that energy first? You know what I mean? Self-love and obsession is key. And you have to be obsessed with yourself to understand what you deserve, where your standards are, and understanding that your standards should never hinder you from doing anything. You may not be everybody's cup of tea, honestly. Whatever. But are you supposed to be? Was you put on this world to like please? No. You gotta do things that make you, and I'm one of those people that gets joy out of helping other people and everything like that. But at the end of the day, if it's not something that I'm down with, if it's not something that I support, then I'm not gonna put my all in energy into it. It's at the end of the day, but that comes with figuring out who you are. Again, that's self-love. You got to date yourself a little bit. You got to figure out who you are as an individual before you go locking in energies with somebody else. Because anytime you're around other people, that's always a transferring of energies. You know what I mean? And you can't, it's boring to agree with people. You got to learn how to have conversations and take your
have
own
a good,
stance
healthy
and,
debate.
You know?
You ain't gotta be cursing and trying to kill nobody.
Right. You gotta learn how to talk with people, not at people. So I just say lead in love.
Right.
Once you can lead in love and understand that, don't take everything so personal.
Okay.
Because you love yourself.
Right.
You love yourself and you know what you're capable of. And just so, because that person may say no, so there's so many people in this world that you can collaborate with, and social media and everything like that. The limits are endless to what you can do. But like I said, you have to be obsessed with whatever it is you're trying to do. You have to be obsessed. You have to be obsessed with the process of it. You have to be obsessed with how it makes you feel. You have to be obsessed with always continuously learning about it. You have to be obsessed with always doing it. You have to be obsessed about it before anything. Because like I said, obsessions can't die. Passion and all that, motivation, that's cotton candy mentality. You know what I'm saying? You're an adult. You gotta be disciplined, focused, understand what is the goal. What do you want? And that doesn't have to be some grandiose goal, like whatever. Make small little goals along the way, whatever, until it works up to the bigger one. But you have to be obsessed about it. You have to be obsessed about it. Honestly.
I wake up every day as a self-motivator. I feel overly motivated because of what? No, I'm serious, y'all. Like, I really don't get motivated by a lot of people because I really wake up and just do what I do. People ask me, yo, you do 10 million things in English. I'm like, that's just how I wake up. Like, how Beyonce be like, I woke up like this. I woke up like this. Like, I woke up like this thing. Like, I woke up. So I'm very happy to really have her on the couch and somebody that I actually know. Yeah. So to actually see the growth to get to where this trajectory is today, it's amazing. Like, wow.
Thank you. I mean, I just learned how to not stress about. You gotta learn how to pick and choose your battles. You can't stress over every little thing.
Right.
Like, I found myself getting trying to pinpoint why I get so frustrated at different things.
Okay.
And what triggers. Like when I get angry, I sit back and why did that make you angry? And then whatever the answer to that question, whatever, it's like, okay, but what does that have to do with you? What can you do to change that? And then if I can't really get any answers to those questions, then it's like, all right, you were stupid for getting angry about it.
Relax. For no reason.
Yeah, you gotta check yourself. Like, you gotta cut your own ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to check yourself.
Right.
What did you get so angry about that for? You don't know? Chill. Like, relax. You know what I mean? It's not that deep.
Right.
You got to put yourself in check. Often. You got to humble yourself. Often. Life will do that for you whether you want it to or not. So why not just make the effort to always check yourself?
Right.
Understand the world doesn't revolve around you. Right. It's a big, big world.
Yeah, it's huge.
And like I said, just lead in love. If you always lead in love, no matter what the reaction is going to be to your circumstances, it can't be faulted on you. Because you did it with a pure heart. You did it with good intentions. You did it because you felt like this would make the progress or whatever you did it for, but it was a genuine act.
Right.
So nobody can hold you accountable if it was,
Right.
Because there's a lot of people working around here with hurt that you can't get up off them. So as long as you lead in love, at best you make somebody feel bad for being a jerk. You know what I mean? So it's like,
sometimes you gotta do that.
For real. That's it. That's really it, man.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm very happy, humbled, motivated, inspired, excited. Act up. You can get. I'm all of that, y'all. Like I'm all of that. I'm really happy to have had this interview with somebody who I consider a dear friend and family, like I told you guys. So Kelley, please let the people know where they can follow your journey, everything that you're doing, so that we can get you into the bigger business of changing lives.
Got it. Well, you can follow me here. What's up?
Well, that's true.
I'm really only on Instagram, yo. Like, social media is a drag, bro. Like, especially there's so many different platforms of social media, but I'm just, you see me anything else or whatever, it's probably an account that I forgot the password to, so don't even trip. I'm only on Instagram. The Instagram handle is Kelley Kells CPT. That's KELLEY KELZ CPT. As a certified personal trainer. And that's where you can find me. Other than that, I'm just bouncing around, just helping my friends out, man. Whatever they need me for, I'm out.
She is helping me out.
I literally this is how I started with the hosting. It was like, yo, what you got going on?
I got time.
Damn, I got time. Let's go. You need somebody. Let's go. Let's make it interesting. Whatever I can do. But yeah, I'm just on Instagram. Holla at me. Like
sounds like a book is in the working. I feel like a book. It's coming after this.
I mean, I give a little whatever, you know. I'm trying to get into a little acting thing, you know. Chill. That's a little sneak peek as to what's coming. You know what I'm saying? But you may see me out here, you know what I'm saying. Talk about it.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Tea Time with Distinguished. I'm your host, Distinguished. This is the lovely Kelley. Make sure you follow everything that she is doing. And remember, guys, to always sip wise. Take care.